Today we discover what this actually is, and I think some of you will be pleasantly surprised. What is going on, fellow fans of Clash of Clans? It is your host, Galadon, super excited, as you could probably tell, to be here because it is Town Hall 13 update season, and hey, I'm psyched. What can I say? We've revealed the Town Hall. We've revealed the scatter shot. We've upgraded the Town Hall. We've upgraded the scatter shot, plural, 2 of them, and now it is time, finally, to get into what I think is probably the best part of the update so far, and that is the new troop. So for the new troop, we head on over to the barracks and we upgrade them to level 14, unlocking the Yeti. Now, if you guys have been playing Clash of Clans for any period of time, you may have heard about the Yeti because it was rumored all the way back in 2013. And I have to tell you, it is so cool, kind of funny that it has come to life in the game at Town Hall 13. And personally, I like the look. Okay, now remember, before we go any further, opinions are like butts. Everybody has one and they all stink. So you are entitled to your opinion, I am entitled to mine, and I'm also the first to admit that sometimes my judgment is a little bit clouded by my hype for new content, okay? I love new content, I am starving for it constantly, and when we get it, I do get excited. So let me know in the comments what you think. I think overall the look is good, and the function, the physics, that what this thing does is pretty unique, okay? At first, it looks like some other units, and we'll explain it in just a second. We will get some actual gameplay and, of course, a mass Yeti attack before this video is over. But for now, we take a look and we can see that the Yeti is 3 levels right now, so you can go all the way to level 3 with the Yeti, and each one spawns more Yeti mites. The level 3 Yeti spawning 10 Yeti mites. Okay. So Yetimites they're not quite like anything else in the game. They're not like Golemites. They're not like Lava Pups. The Yetimites seek out defenses, do quadruple damage, and will jump over walls to get there. So let's just take a look at the stats. Now remember, this is the developer build, so the numbers may change. But for now, in order to compare the Yeti to anything else, we need several units. First, the Ice Golem. In speed and in hit points, the Yeti most similar to the Ice Golem, but then when you start talking about the Yetimites, you think of immediately a Golem and the Golemites, or you think of perhaps Lava Hound and Lava Pups. Well, the Yetimites have, you ready for this, 8 times the hit points of a Lava Pup. Nowhere near that of a Golemite, but remember, there are 10 of these bad boys spawning from a max level Yeti, and the way they spawn is absolutely unique as well, because it's not a death spawn. They actually start to spawn as the Yeti takes damage, hopping out one by one, and then the rest dumping out as the Yeti goes down, seeking and destroying nearby defenses. The Yeti itself does high DPS, second highest ground unit next to the P.E.K.K.A. If you're looking to compare, it's more than a balloon, less than a dragon, but at 18 housing space, it seems just about right. So let's go ahead and watch some gameplay, and first, listen to the sounds of the Yeti. I'm just not sure yet. Again, let me know your opinion down in the comments. I'm curious what you guys think. I'm undecided on this sound. Either way, I do have a feeling it's going to draw some strong responses from the community, so we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Right here, we're going to get a better look at the Yeti and the damage that it does. Obviously not maxed out walls or defense, but it kind of gives you an idea of that big DPS. So more than a balloon, less than a dragon, less than a P.E.K.K.A., 18 housing space. So, you know, I'm thinking, honestly, I feel like it may be a really good value, because 18 housing space might be good for a unit that does this much damage by itself, but then imagine all the spawned Yetimites, 10 at level 3, this thing could actually be OP. But then remember, look at what we're seeing so far in this Town Hall 13 update. You've got the Giga Inferno, you've got these 2 scatter shots that are insanely powerful in and of themselves, and who knows how many levels to other troops and defenses and what else you might see or think you know so far. but it's to come. Don't worry, stay tuned, stay subscribed. I've got more stuff coming very, very soon. But here is a good example, illustration of the Yetimites that spawn as the Yeti takes damage. And then finally, all of the other Yetimites come pouring out, but the scatter shot, it's got a lot of hit points. It survives that assault right there. But man, it's just going to be interesting to see how the balance works out at Town Hall 13. Can they get the game back into balance? Like, I feel like it's in a pretty good spot balance-wise for Town Hall 12 right now. So let's take a look at some attack strategies. The Yetis could be working pretty well in funneling, specifically when you're trying to get defenses out of the way. If you watch, the Yetis could do a great job at getting a couple of buildings down on the outside, and then the Yetimites jumping in and maybe taking out one single defense on the inside of an exterior wall. So it could also help out with funneling. Of course, you saw the siege barracks at the top of the screen. And again, for those of you that think the siege barracks is completely useless, do me a favor, go watch Itsu's video. Type in ITZU English in YouTube. Go watch his video on the siege barracks, and then come back and tell me if you think it's actually completely useless. Put it in the hands of a professional, and almost anything is going to find a use. Personally, I hope that Yeti Smash becomes a thing like P.E.K.K.A. Smash. Get those Yetis in there and watch the Yetimites do damage in the core to those buildings once they go down. They're already in the core. Now those Yetimites pop out and destroy Expos, Inferno Towers, Eagle Artilleries. Could be exciting. And again, I think it's important that we have some really strong offensive stuff happening, because so far we've seen a lot of big improvements on defense to Town Hall 13. So let's try one more. This is the Yeti spam attack, and this is just all the Yetis I could bring. Ocho Quaco, that's right, 8 earthquake spells, a couple of rages, and we'll see how far we can get into this base. And as we watch this attack, now might be a good time to kindly ask you to take a look at the names of the players on the screen. Code Galadon, that's right, the creator boost code. If you have a chance, and you can go to settings, click on the button that says more settings, scroll all the way to the bottom, you can enter the name Galadon, and then I get a small percentage of anything you purchase in the game. It doesn't cost you anything else, but I get a little bit of a kickback from Supercell, and I will be giving a big chunk of it to charity and back to you, the viewers. So make sure that you come by my Facebook live streams, fb.gg/realgaladongaming, so you can get in on the gift card bonanza that will be coming right around the time Town Hall 13 drops. All right, as this attack wraps up, take a closer look at the Yetis and the Yetimites. It appears out of 10 Yetimites for a level 3 Yeti, that 4 will drop as the Yeti is taking damage, and the remaining 6 all pop out at once of the spilled basket when the Yeti goes down, and oftentimes they are more than enough to take out 1 or even 2 defenses. So, will the Yeti be OP? Will it be strong enough to keep up with the other improvements that are coming at Town Hall 13? Is Town Hall 13 going to be a cool update or not? Honestly, I feel like we all have to reserve judgment until we've had a chance to play the full update in the live game before we decide. Remember, there's more stuff coming. I promise you more information, more sneak peeks, so make sure that you stay tuned and stay subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, and I promise to do my utmost to bring you the earliest and most accurate update information. Okay, so before we wrap up this episode, I just wanted to say that yes, I've been trolling in the comments lately. No, I do not mean anything personal by the things I said. It is all in good fun, but I wanted to share some of them with you guys. They get saltier as we go on here today. And again, this first one, just being honest, okay? Yes, the videos are always going to be over 10 minutes. YouTube creators earn almost double for a video that's over 10 minutes versus one that is under. I have 2 daughters in college. The one thing I can promise you, though, is I don't fill it up with BS. I'd like to give you something entertaining at the end. And honestly, a lot of these comments cracked me up. Okay, this was interesting. So the Siege Barracks is essentially the P.E.K.K.A. Pulse. It just doesn't launch the P.E.K.K.A. very far, in which case I'm 50% correct. I almost predicted that. Then this one really killed me. We've got the Wall Wrecker, the Battle Blimp, the Stone Slammer, and now we have the Siege Barracks. Man, and I'm telling you right now, my affinity for alliteration is always active, so when I saw that they couldn't do it again with the new Siege Machine, I cannot unsee this comment. I can't get past this one. Also, players complaining that they never get a chance to fully catch up, I always remind them, try to be a camps half full rather than a camps half empty player. Next up, He hadn't touched the game in 5 years and he got my video recommended. Let's go, YouTube. Thank you so much for that one. I do appreciate it. Thank you for watching, by the way. Here, I'm going to go ahead and leak some future information started here by this comment. Town Hall 12 Giga Tesla, Town Hall 13 Inferno, Town Hall 14 Eagle Artery, Town Hall 15 Giant Coronary, Town Hall 16 Mega Myocardial Infarction. You heard it here first. Okay, this one about the walls. I'm sorry, okay, there's certain things about this update that may not be ideal, but I freaking love the walls, so no. You don't like the walls? Fight me. And I may be a little bit older, but I'm also a practicing second-degree black belt in karate, so bring it on. Next up is a big thank you to Chris and any other commenters who realize that you should not be killing the messenger. Don't dislike the video because you don't like the new information. I'm just bringing it to you. I didn't make it. I don't work for Supercell, so please don't blame me. If you don't like it, reach out to them on social media. Next up, comments that dial 911 for the grammar and spelling police. I'm apologizing right now. Sometimes I can't help myself. If you show up in my comments and you murder the English language, I am going to probably have something to say. Or as in the case of this comment, I had a lot to say. But that's just me. Again, I apologize. The gal assault level does run high sometimes. And then right here, I invoke 3 decades of cringiness to make sure that this player remembers that I invented Ocho Quaco, and nobody is going to take that away from me. Now, as far as giveaways, yes, let me remind you, come over to my Facebook live streams. That is where you're going to find the giveaways. Normally, I try to be nice to lower level Town Hall players that complain they don't have any new content, but if you come with attitude, you're gonna get attitude. And speaking of attitude, how about a little gala poetry for this guy? I thought that his comment was a little bit negative, so I just replied with some, what I thought was harmless poetry. I don't know, we'll see. And then last but not least, how about a musical interlude in answer to this comment? And it goes something like this. Yes, the gems will be flowing, your cash will be going, your debtors are near. It's the most bankrupting time of the year. And on that note, you realize why I'm not a singer and instead I play video games for a living. Thank you guys, as always, for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. You are the true hashtag GalaFam. Now get out there, make the best of your rest of your day. Be kind, be playing, and I'll see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks. Not a singer, but perhaps there's a gala rap mixtape in my future, huh?
Galadon, you didn't find me a spot to talk in today's video.
Sorry, Peter. Sometimes it's just hard.